Looks like the royal family could be on the move, but to where? Good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London, and I hope you're all keeping well. And yes, very good wishes to a brand new year. It's been a mixed bag, hasn't it, royal-wise, because we've had good and bad things. A lot of people, by the way, are asking me to comment on, of course, His Royal Highness the Duke of York, Prince Andrew. Simply can't, that's all because it's an ongoing court case, as we all know. And what we have to reiterate is this. Prince Andrew, His Royal Highness the Duke of York, obviously denies every allegation against him. And right now, let's also point out the fact that, as I say, this is an ongoing case. There's another court case happening in New York alongside Ghislaine Maxwell next week. So it's far from over. But, you know, over here, particularly in England, I don't know what it's like around the world, the mainstream media are desperate to write off His Royal Highness Prince Andrew. In fact, one royal commentator, I won't give her name away because it gives her more publicity, basically said, oh, he will never return to royal life. This is a woman, let me point out, who went on camera for money and basically decided to slate the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah Winfrey before she'd even seen it. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out. It's all, I think the title's called When Royal Experts Get Caught Out or something like that. A very clever move by two pranksters. She wasn't the only one, but that really gives you an idea of just how bad the mainstream media truly is over here in the United Kingdom right now. But back to, well, royals on the move. What do you mean, Neil, I hear you ask? Well, let me tell you this bit of inside nugget, simply because, of course, as we know currently, the palace, Buckingham Palace, is going through an extensive renovation. A lot of people, of course, are bothered about the fact that it's costing quite a few million, but let's not forget also that parts of the Royal Palace have not been touched since the end of the Second World War. That's the electrics, no less. A rather worrying thing, as you can imagine, for Her Majesty the Queen. But I've been told by senior palace courtiers that Prince Charles is now warming to the idea of basing the British monarchy within Buckingham Palace. Now we know, of course, that it's going to be some time before he does become King Charles, but the reason of his change of heart is this. He truly believes it is the centrepiece of royal life. And I've often said here on the show, I'm sure you agree with me, that everything central to royal life happens on that famous balcony. I've stood on it, let me tell you, it's wonderful. Great view, by the way. And when you think there's so much history on that balcony, and for it not to be used well by senior members of the British monarchy is, well, quite frankly, daft. More importantly also, it is, as I say, is the centre point for the rest of the world. All eyes centre on Buckingham Palace when there's a major royal event, which has got Prince Charles rethinking the fact that perhaps other senior members and lesser royals should now be making this their more permanent home in central London. This has been met, as you can imagine, by mixed reviews because a lot of people do enjoy living at Kensington Palace. But Prince Charles is shrewd enough to know that the British taxpayer that funds these renovations, and more importantly the British monarchy, wants to see its full value and put to use. So remember, you heard it here first, at some point, at some time in the future, we will see a return full-time to at least some senior members back living in Buckingham Palace. And for that, I think it's a very shrewd move. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.